study knowledge, right? Epistemology, theories of knowledge, study knowledge. Is there a kind of knowledge that artwork actually conveys? Does it convey truth? Does it convey knowledge to someone?
Well, I guess before pictures were, before photographs were here, I guess you could buy a scroll of what the Eastern Shore looked like if you lived inland. You could know what it looked like.
Okay, so you could know, okay, I see what you're saying. All right. You could know something else by having a picture. Oh, this is what the ocean looks like, or this is what... And that was one of the things in ancient times. They would, some, prince or whatever that's getting married never met the girl, right? Because that's the way they did business back then. You're going to marry so-and-so because he's the king of wherever, and this is how we're going to make a treaty with him. You're going to marry his daughter, and things like that. So they might request a portrait be painted and sent, so at least he knows what he's getting into, right? So these were practices that have happened in ancient times, or I shouldn't say ancient, but historically, hundreds of years ago, this is the way sometimes they do things. The nature of narrative and metaphor are things that are included in the philosophy of art. The importance of genre, of course, when you're dealing with the literary arts, this is all dealing with the art. The character of our emotional responses to art. All right, all of these things get talked about within the philosophy of art. Okay, let's talk about expression theory of art. Expression theory of art. Okay, it's a theory that defines art as expressions of feelings or emotions. Defines art as the expression of feelings or emotions. So it can be, a variety of things under this rubric, under this category. But it's sometimes also called expressionism art. All right. These theories became important in the 19th century in connection with the rise of Romanticism. And we're going to look at some varieties here. Okay, expression as communication. Now, that goes back to what I just said a minute ago, too, with the art, with the art conveying truth or knowledge. Is it a medium of communication? And if it is so, what kind of communication is it? Is it strictly emotional? I cried when I made this painting, now I want you to cry when we look at it. Is that what it is? Or is it more than that? Expression as communication requires that the artist actually has feelings that are expressed, that they're embodied in some sort of external form, and thereby transmitted to the perceiver. Okay, so they're embodied in something, sculpture, a painting, and then they are, transmitted to you, I, whoever is perceiving this thing. Okay. Expression as intuition. This is another theory. An intuition is the apprehension of the unity and individuality of something. All right. And intuition is in the mind, and so the artwork is also. Okay. So this is a little bit more. We're getting a little bit outside of the touchy-feely. It's a little bit more difficult sometimes to define some of these other ones. Let's look at expression as clarification. An artist starts out with a vague, undefined feeling and then expresses it in this process of coming to clarify it. All right, so he's trying to. He starts out with this vague. I don't know. I feel something. Okay, I'm caricaturing this a little bit just to make the point. I feel something, and in the production of the artwork, it helps to clarify, to articulate, and to understand what that feeling is. Okay, so it's something that sometimes, have you ever had a feeling that it was difficult to define it in all the categories that we typically name? And so we start going, how do I feel? We question ourselves, how do I feel? What's my motivation? Like the commercial used to say. We kind of can stumble over our own emotions or our own feelings sometimes. All right. So that's what this theory talks about. Okay, expression as a property of the object. A property of the object. Now this gets back to Aristotle's kind of stuff. Talking about substance and accidents, or substance, essence, these kinds of concepts. Is it actually a thing? Is the expression, for an artwork to be an expression of an emotion, is for it to have a given structure or form. Okay? Music and other arts present structures or forms of feeling in general. So is actually something that is in the artwork itself. Okay? And can you think about that for a second? I wish my art appreciation class, I'm trying to recall from many moons ago some of that information and use it as an example. What is it? The Lone Ranger theme. I'm trying to think what that was originally. Who's got their art down? I mean, their music down pat. That's what I'm talking about. The Lone Ranger. I'm trying to remember what the original.
It's a theme that's going through my head instead of Lone Ranger.
When we hear certain kinds of music, it can produce. You listen to heavy metal, it's really difficult to relax, and that's not typically something that's going to relax you and good for bedtime to lull you to sleep, right? You hear some elevator music, as you might call it, and you're ready to go to bed, right? There are certain moods and feelings that get kind of portrayed through different types of music. And, so this is a way that you can really kind of see certain things in literature that get portrayed through people's writings. They're trying to get you to respond to an emotion that they're writing with, a sense of urgency or something like that, maybe in a story, even if it's fictional. Paintings of situations that, depict life, a sadness maybe, or even a joyous occasion, whatever. Things that depict certain qualities of our emotional life. All right.